So recently, I've been dropping my videos of my man Thompson build, and he's been turning heads everywhere. Every time I post a clip, y'all flooding the comments. People DM me, people trying to guess the stats. For the past few weeks, everybody's been trying to get the answer to the big question. What's the build? And I understand, because the way he moves, the way he fishes, the way he locks y'all up, the way he flies around, it doesn't look like anything else people are doing on this game. And it's a good thing. That's what we need. I'm tired of seeing the same shit. And that's why I made this build. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all came here looking for your average, do everything, meta build, I'm just gonna save you the time. This is not it. It's not no template. This is not no copy and paste build off of YouTube. This is a play style. This is a problem. This is a Men Thompson. Since y'all keep asking, without further ado, I'm gonna give y'all a blueprint. But before I do, I gotta warn y'all. This is not for you left, right, D-book spammers. This is not for people who want the meta. If you actually want to stand out, play the game a different way, and have some fun, you're welcome. We're going to start off with the vitals though. My Men Thompson build is 6'7", 215 pounds with a 7-foot wingspan. Believe it or not, this gives him the ability to guard from point guard up to power forward at the minimum. Sometimes you can guard some of these centers. Now let's get to the stats. We're gonna start with finishing, and I'm gonna start with his close shot. Close shot is a 77. That's not nothing too crazy, but it gives you float game on silver.
It's gonna be the way that you score from any type of distance. Once the other team realizes that you cannot shoot the ball, they are going to sag off and sit in the paint. That's when you get to that float. It's basically a mid-range shot. I use LaMelo Ball. A lot of people use Bam Adebayo.
Use whichever one feels the most comfortable and easiest to time for you.
Next up, we got the driving layup. My driving layup is at 85. Why? Because that's all you need for layup mix master on silver. You gotta understand, with this build, you're not gonna be doing a lot of layups. It's cool to have and it's useful. But if you can get to the basket, 9 times out of 10, you might as well go punch that bit. And that leads us into the next category, the drive and dunk. This is gonna be our bread and butter. This is how you're gonna score the majority of your points. With a 93 dunk, you get Aerial Wizard on Hall of Fame. And I cannot stress this out enough. Tell your teammates to throw you lobs. There's no reason you shouldn't be spending most of your time catching some passes out the air. And paired up with the Aerial Wizard on Hall of Fame, you get Posterizer on goal. I don't even have to explain what that is and what it does. Just know you're gonna be catching bodies often. Me personally, I put 3 cap breakers on my drive and dunk. Why? On top of unlocking animations, you also unlock Posterizer on Hall of Fame. Once your Posterizer touches Hall of Fame, bro, like, do I even need to explain? Y'all see what my player is doing. His Posterizer on Hall of Fame, I catch bodies. So if you want to catch bodies like me, that's what I did. I put my drive and dunk on 96. But let's get to the next one. Post control, stand and dunk, they really more so for the aesthetic. For me personally, they don't really fit my play style. With a 46 stand and dunk, you still gonna get stand and dunk animations sometimes, but I don't sit down there enough for it to matter. You get what I'm saying? But it's more so preference based. So if that's what you like to do, adjust those as you wish. For me personally, this is what I go with. Now we can just skip over the shooting. I'm not shooting no jumpers. And I know that might sound crazy to a lot of y'all. Like, damn, you make a build with no jumper, how do you win? I'm good at the game. If you're good at the game, you don't need a player that can shoot to be effective. Every player on this game can be effective. You just gotta know how to play to your strengths and play to your weaknesses. Y'all be trying to make builds that do everything. When y'all do that, y'all make builds that do everything average instead of doing one thing great.
And to be completely honest, a lot of y'all are not good enough to get the full potential out of those type of builds.
Next, we got the playmaking. Now, this is not a point guard, but it can run the point. With a 70 pass accuracy, you get versatile visionary on bronze, you get break starter on bronze, and you get dimer on silver. Like I said, I didn't make this build to run point guard, but when we don't have a point, I run point with this build. And I left games having 20 points and 20 assists. If you have IQ, you don't need all the crazy stats to be successful. I promise y'all. This build ain't for the sad people. If you sad at the game, I'm sorry, this is not gonna work for you. But if you know how to hoop, you gonna have fun with this build.
Now your ball handle. My ball handle is a 77, which a lot of y'all might think is crazy. But y'all gotta take into consideration, I did not make this build to be no dribble guy. I also didn't make it to be a point guard. But a 77 ball handle is more than enough to get where I need to. But just to play it safe, I use my cap breakers to take my ball handle up to an 80. Once you do that, you get unpluggable on silver. Now, you can run point guard confident. And my speed with balls is 77. That's important because we try to get to the basket. So we need whatever we can get to get down there as fast as possible. But now we get to the most important part of the build. The reason your point guard rage quit in the first quarter. The reason we call this the Men Thompson build. It's the defense. Now, my personal opinion, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Actually, don't tell me because I don't care. But this is the most realistic Men Thompson build I've seen in this game. You got other creators that be on these apps telling y'all they making a Men Thompson build and sell y'all a build that got an 80 ball handle and an 85 3 ball. And then they throw a Rockets jersey on them and call him a Men Thompson. This ain't none of that. I need y'all to understand. I'm genuinely here to ruin your day. I just want to lock you up and dunk on your whole team. That's it. That's all I want to do. But let's get to the defense. My interior defense is a 70, which might not sound like a lot, But when y'all making these builds, y'all gotta take into consideration the way that you play and the way that people play around you. When I say other people around you, I'm not just talking about your team. I'm talking about how the community plays in general. I'm a 6'7" small forward. I really don't have no business being down there most of the time, but there are games where I end up playing the power forward. And the thing about it is you're not gonna get cooked if you know how to play defense. Most of the community, everybody wants to be a stretch. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody feels like their build has to be a shooter. So with 70 interior defense is more than enough to guard most of these. Now your perimeter defense, I put my perimeter defense at a 92. You get gold challenger, you get gold on-ball menace, you get gold pick dodger, off-ball pass, we know that shit don't work. And then I use 3 cap breakers to push my perimeter defense to a 95. That shit gave me challenger on Hall of Fame. I'm literally a defensive tank. Like, I'm literally y'all guards, damn near y'all centers. I'm everybody's worst nightmare. Y'all hate to see me on the court. And to get worse, I got a 94 steal. I get interceptor on Hall of Fame and I get glove on gold. This don't even count the badge upgrades that I get, where I can put these badges up to freaking legend. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? And then I got my block. My block is an 80. That helps with my interior defense. That helps with me when I'm guarding guards. It helps when I get switched on the center. This build, you can guard 1 through 5. I know that shit might sound crazy, but genuinely, you can guard 1 through 5, depending on who the 5 is. 1 through 4 easily. 5, it depends. I ain't finna be one of those creators that be out here lying to you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Some 5s you can guard, some 5s you can't. Pick your battles wisely. Rebounding, you get your offensive to like a 41, defensive 62. Nothing crazy, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You don't really need the rebound. But me personally, I'm about to put my cap breakers on my rebound. And I'm really only doing it for the aesthetic. I'd rather leave with a triple-double than a double-double. You see what I'm saying? Now, y'all can put y'all cap breakers wherever y'all feel like. This is when y'all get creative and make the build more unique in y'all image and do what y'all need to do. I ain't gotta copy everything I do bar for bar. It's dick right now, I'm not gonna lie. Switch it up a little bit. I don't want to see thousands of me out there. Now the physicals, my speed is a 90. So yes, I run a 4'3" and 6'7", 215 pounds. My agility is an 81. My strength is an 84. That gives me silver brick roll, silver removable forcer, silver physical finisher, and the Hall of Fame strong hand. This build is easily one of the most dominant builds in this game. Paired up with that, I got an 83 vertical, so I could jump out the jump. So yeah, that's my immense Thompson build right there. Finishing crazy. Defense on another level. Playmaking enough to get you to your spots and your teammates. And the build is just different from anybody else in the game. This is not no meta, do everything build. I'm not here trying to get y'all that bullshit. And that's for people who want to stand out, play the game with a different style instead of copying what everybody else is doing. And honestly, the defense is what ties everything together. That's what makes this build move the way it does. That's why people don't want to ISO me. That's why y'all point guards be quitting. That's why y'all power forwards be getting locked up. It be me. But yo, if y'all want any of my animations, my dunk packages, any of that, follow my TikTok and subscribe to my YouTube and send me a message when you're done, and I will send it directly to you. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I got more videos on the way. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, drop a comment, enjoy the Discord. We out.